CAPIM is the loudspeaker for all small companies. I like to say that our mission is to make the institutions, the organizations, the administration, the politicians, etc., aware of what is happening in this case to the companies, to the small and medium-sized enterprises we represent. We have that advantage. We are social agents, recognized by the Constitution itself, with that role of social agent and with that area of influence. And that is our main role, to be an advocate for the people we represent. Many times, there is an association that, for example, may call me and say, "Listen, Maria, Jesus, I have to go to the region, or I have to make a town hall. How do I do it? Who do I have to talk to?" We prepare that meeting, we act as an advance party, as inspection troops, and we put in contact the person who can solve the problem with the person who has the problem. And that is one of our main missions, to act as advocates, to act as loudspeakers for small and medium-sized companies and their real day-to-day problems. CAPIM is recognized as a social agent and main agent in the field of equality. We have carried out many projects together with the General Directorate of Labor in the Government of Aragon. Guides for the implementation of equality plans in the company. We do webinars, before workshops, now webinars, that we are changing the terminology, but also with great success, because we make them very practical, very visual, so that companies are not afraid of something that is mandatory and that they have to implement. But regardless of that and of understanding that companies have to comply with it because the equality law obliges them to comply with equality plans, we are working on something that I believe is fundamental and much more important, and that is to raise awareness of equality in companies. That is to say, it is not a question of making something compulsory, but of telling people, of motivating them to make it part of their DNA. What I always say is that diversity is much more enriching and makes us much more competitive than uniformity. From this point of view, that is what it is all about, raising awareness among companies so that they work on the basis of equality and diversity. And in this respect, at CAPIM, as we firmly believe in it and have it in our DNA, it is very easy to transmit it. For me, the day-to-day, generating projects, getting things done, hiring people, having new experiences, I am passionate about that. I can't conceive life any other way. It has its advantages and its disadvantages. We are a family business and, logically, then the weekend comes and we are thinking about it and, as I say, we have mini board meetings around a paella, because we are still generating ideas. We now have the second generation. My daughter has joined us and my son-in-law has also joined us. I mean, it can't be any more of a family business. But it gives us a living. Getting up in the morning and saying, "Come on, let's go ahead with this project." We see how it gets underway. We see how that initial idea we had is taking shape and, in addition to taking shape, it becomes a product and you sell it, and you are successful. It is something impressive. No one should be confused that this is how to start from the beginning. I have been with my company for 26 years and I have had very difficult times of not making ends meet. What happens? You have to have the ability to know how to reinvent yourself, to not become obsessed with the idea that your idea is the good one, to slow down. I say it many times, to slow down, to stop, to take distance and say, "Come on, where do I go from here?" We had to reconvert because we did badly. We did well, we did badly, we did very badly, and now we are doing well, and that is being an entrepreneur. The company evolves and companies are, as I say, living entities formed by people. And because of that, my life is the company. In fact, my partner, my husband, who is my partner, is 64 years old. We are now in a new project with more work, with more ships, with more hiring. And he says, I should be thinking about retirement, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for the next 10 years. That is what it means to be an entrepreneur. To have the daily illusion of implementing ideas that you come up with and that you know are going to benefit the common good, the people around you. I don't think so. It is an issue that worries me. It worries me a lot, and it is something that, now in this legislature that I have ahead of me, I want to clarify and I want to see what results I get. In a study we have carried out on reputation, we know that KEPIME is an organization with an important social reputation, both on the part of citizens and on the part of businessmen. But we are not quite there yet. People see if Stellantis stops a shift or doesn't stop. People see if Ballet closes the factory or not. People see if Picolin sells more or sells less, or if El Corte Inglés. I am putting brands whom I respect very much and of course, I admire. Whether El Corte Inglés opens a new store or not. But no, he doesn't understand what we little ones do. And I don't want to be misunderstood. Sometimes I even get angry. And I give again the example of the pandemic. I remember people going out at 8 in the evening and applauding the health workers, which I think was very good. I admire the work they did. I am not going to be the one to say otherwise. But how many companies and how many workers were working and we were considered essential, and we didn't get the masks either? A lot of them. Because everybody got their bread, everybody got their milk. Everybody got what they ordered from Amazon, right? And those were people from small companies who were working and they got in a car and they had to go with a safe conduct and nobody applauded them. And at a certain moment, I remember, I don't know if we had been in the pandemic for 5 or 6 months, society turned to us and they even considered us heroes, because the neighborhood baker had continued working and we had discovered the store, the commerce, the neighborhood haberdashery. And Fulanita, the heroine of the neighborhood. And then the pandemic ended. And people forgot about neighborhood commerce. And we all went back to shopping where we always shopped and using the internet.